How's everybody doing? Hello. Are you in a groove with me right now? Come on, lift him up, lift him up, lift him up. Hey. Come on, let's get it. Lift him up, lift him up. Come on. How's everybody doing? Listen, it's a great day here at the Bravo with Sheila Network. We are excited. I hope that you can hear me. You know, I need you guys to put a 1 in the chat. Oh, you can hear me because I see Inania dancing. She has her emoji doing its thing. You can hear me all right. Listen, it's a great. Von Eric, where's your faith? He's dancing. He's picking them up and putting them down. It's a great night here. I'm excited. You know, I'm always excited. As you come in, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We need the algorithm to what? I heard you. Push this content forward. Listen, guess who's back in the house? You don't even have to guess. Our favorite girl. That's right. Our favorite woman of God who is in the house with us, with her business partner, a great guy. I haven't met him face to face, but I'm going to meet him face to face tonight because I've been hearing so many miraculous things. He's appointed by God. He's assigned to Karen's life. God just connected them, and the rest is history and not past history. We're talking about current history. Listen, we had to bring him to the platform tonight with her because I tell you, when I'm talking about a move of God, this is like a total move of God. Man could not have done this. Man can get no credit for this, but I'm just grateful that God just stepped me quite quickly to Karen, and we have bonded. She's my sister. And I'm so very excited about tonight. I see you guys up in the bleachers, up in the balcony. Maybe you bought an expensive ticket and you're sitting in the orchestra. No matter where you are, you might be in the bushes watching, but it's all right. I don't care. You're here. Those of you in the chat, Rosa Griffin, Pastor Rosa, Von Eric, where's your faith in Nay? Oh my goodness, we have so many people here tonight. I know y'all love Karen. You love Karen. We got Lady Navoa in the house. I'm going to bring them up. It's nothing for me to set up. It's just absolutely nothing for me to set up other than to set them up. We are streaming on 3 channels. We're on Bravo with Sheila Network channel. We're on my Christian channel, Sheila Ingram Ministries Network. We're on Facebook. I'm not LinkedIn. I think I'm on Twitter. I don't know, but I tried to connect it everywhere I could to get this information out. I'm so excited. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my sister, and I'm going to say he's my brother now. He's my brother. I can say he's my brother. I bet you he will confirm that he's my brother. I'm going to bring them both up right now. Listen. Yay. You are in the house. Let me unmute you.
Yes. Okay, great. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
I'm so excited. You can tell. Everyone is.
We got our little Africa Ball shirts on.
Listen, you got to send me one. So by faith, that's a point of contact for me.
Yes.
As believers, we have to have a point of contact, whether we touch the land or touch a picture or touch something as a point of contact, right? That's by faith, we make it happen, right? You don't have to see it. We just believe it. And I like it. It's beautiful. I like the colors. Everything is wonderful. I wish I would have had a link. Do you have a link for people to buy those? Not yet or soon?
No, not yet, but soon. We're working on it.
Soon. Okay, listen. Before we jump into this, before we get into this, we have people in the chat just popping in. So you know how we do here on Bravo with Sheila, also on the Sheila Ingram Ministry broadcast. We greet our people. They are family. And so they're here tonight and they are greeting you. Let's put up a couple of these comments. I'm sure you know some of these people.
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
I know that. Absolutely. We got somebody else in the house is greeting. Shalom, Karen and Emmanuel.
Hey, Claudia. Hey.
And we got
Claudia just bought some plots from us today. Actually, we've been
really.
set finalized. Yes, yes.
I've been on your channel all day, to be honest with you. I done traveled through all your clips, all your shorts. I've been traveling today. I've been traveling. And so let's see. We have, hey, you know who this is again, right? And so everyone's saying hello. They're greeting each other. I love it because that's how we do here. We greet
Yes.
each other. Von Eric, where's your faith? Is in the house. We got Pastor Rosa doing what? Doing homework, but just wanted to come on and give some support. All right, sis, she's studying for her doctorate. Do what you have to do.
Nice.
Do what you have to do. So everybody, I'm going to continue later with those that come in and say, hey to us. But I'm just excited. And I just really, we got Lady Navoa in the house. I think she was the first one in tonight. Hey, lady, how are you? So good to see you. And those of you up in the bleachers, I really, really pray that you hit that thumbs up button. Sometimes you guys come and sit and chill and won't even just tap that free 99 button. It's free 99, right? So go ahead and hit that button. Kim Cooper's in the house. Hey, auntie. Let's see who this is. Kayla Goodman is in the house, Karen.
Hey, Kayla.
Kayla Goodman is in the house. So we have so many people in the house. Emmanuel. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. You?
I'm good. Welcome. I know you're always in the comments. I was like, enough is enough, Karen. Bring him up.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, you guys
for watching us.
Say that again.
I said thank you for watching us. Thank you for patronaging Africa for construction. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate you and all that you're doing. So, did I put Marcia up? I did say Marcia. She's in the house. There's people popping in. So as we continue through the night, as people pop on, we got them folks up in the sky watching, and we got the folks in the chat. And I really wanted to bring you back. Karen, is this your third or fourth time? I know maybe your third.
This is the third time, yes.
You missed that first one. We were like all over the place, but that was okay. God knows, right? Who knows?
That was.
Yeah.
I don't think we should count that.
I'm going to count it as the fourth time. How about that?
Okay.
We're not giving the enemy no credit for causing havoc. We're going to count it as 4 times. So listen. Yes. I wanted to bring you back, and you promised to come back every month. I don't know if we've been doing it every 3 weeks or whatever, but I do know that there's so much going on with your life and your journey to Ghana. I have my Ghana clothes on. I figured I'd represent my Ghana outfit that was made for me when I put my feet on that land. They came with gifts, bearing gifts. Took my measurements, said, we'll be back tomorrow. I said, tomorrow? And they brought this beautiful, long, beautiful flowy suit back, even with the headpiece. I know I got to learn. You got to teach me how to tie these things, Karen. You got to teach me how to do it for real.
Oh, it looks good, girl. It looks good.
I got to learn how to do it for real. But I figured I put on my African jewelries, got my jewelries on. To represent tonight. And I made you guys a backdrop for the flag of the country. So I said, we are just representing tonight. And so what I really want to talk about tonight is I want you guys to talk. I want you to really, really share whatever you want to share, however you want to share it, in the order that you want to share it. I want you to share with the people the possibilities. I want you to share with the folks what you've done by the grace, right? By the grace of God, and how he just, when they say that there's an appointed time and appointed season, right? That is so very true. If Yahweh was to show us everything in real time that he has for us, I don't think we could contain it, right? We just would not be able to contain it because it's just so much. And he has been doing so many things for you guys, and you have been doing things for other people. You guys have been a blessing to so many people. I know I have been chatting with you, and I'm super excited. We talked about my situation the other day. We talked about my little, I'm not going to say little land, my land, right? That, that I push there, and we're going to work on that. And so I'm excited about that. That's something I always wanted to do. And I knew when I came to Ghana what I felt. I knew that when years ago people had prophesied over my life that I was called to the nations. And then the Lord started putting my feet in certain countries. And I remember the excitement I had when I came to Ghana and I got the opportunity to sing before 50,000 people plus. It was so many people that found their way to that service in the rain. And as I took that platform, I stood there and I was so overwhelmed with how the Lord had blessed me to be able to be a blessing so he would use me, that I would decrease as he increased in a space where people would receive what they needed in the spirit from the Lord. So I know that I'm connected in so many ways to Ghana. I already told you it's in my bloodline. I did my DNA. I've already told you there's a high percentage. And so it's just awesome to have you and to be connected to you and Emmanuel. And so tonight I wanted to really impress upon the people's heart to realize the importance of going home and for whatever reason to just visit, if nothing else, to understand the history and to understand the culture and the root system. I always talk about the root system. And so tonight I want to yield to you and Emmanuel, whatever way you guys want to flow, how you started the company. You can tell a little backdrop of how you made it to Ghana, how you left the US, because some folks here now may have not been here in the last few sessions that broadcast that we've had. So if you could start by that, and then I'm gonna let you guys just go for it and share. You might have a list of how you want to go for it. I'm sure you set up with what you want to talk about. So I yield the platform right now to you. I'll pop on in and out if I have a question or if I want to reiterate something to the audience, but please, I want you to share if you may.
Okay. All right. Well, we're ready to do just that. So I'll just talk a little bit about how I got to Ghana. And it started in 2019 with the year of return. And then the president of Ghana was giving away or gifting land to people, right, for a fee, an administrative fee. At that time, it was $700. And so I just bought that land sight unseen. That's where my house is that I'm sitting in right now. And once after I bought that, then I just could not shake, just going to Ghana. It just kept coming up and just kept coming up. And then so eventually I made the decision that I was going to go on a tour. I heard about a tour that was coming with God Box Tours and with Ronald Dalton and some other Hebrew Israelites. And so long story short, I ended up coming on that tour. And once I got here, I got to see the area where my land was. And before the 15 days, I think it was a 15-day trip, before it was over, I knew I was going to be living in Ghana. I just knew it. I felt so comfortable. I felt like, yes, I've arrived, so here I am. And so I went back home, told my kids, everybody was like, you're losing your mind or whatever. But then they also know me and they know, if I said that I felt led of the Most High to do it, that they would support that. So I ended up coming back and that's it. When I got back here, they were building my house and I ended up going back to the States for just like 4 or 5 weeks. And then when I came back, I've been here since November of last year. So you on mute.
Yeah. How long was the process of your house being built and you totally just making the transition? How long did it take? How long was that process for you to be able to set everything up and then just move to Ghana?
Okay, so when I came back, I'm thinking I know it took about a year for my house to be finished, but I came back to Ghana prior to my house being completed. And the people the company was Shalom Construction, and it was Michael, the traveling Israelite. He has a YouTube channel. They were gracious enough to let me stay with them while the house was being completed. And then that's when I went back to the States. So I say about a year it took for the house to be completed. because in Ghana there's the rainy season. So when the rainy season kind of comes along, it slows things down a bit.
When is
So
the rainy season in Ghana?
huh?
When is the rainy season in Ghana?
When does it start?
That is from May to July.
Okay,
May
but we've been having like the latter rains now, right?
Sure. That is it.
Yes.
Here
So
too.
yeah, we've had rain. We've had rain for the last couple of weeks. So, but yeah, so I would say it took about a year or so, and then once I got here and moved in, then they were still doing some work on the house and some different things were going on. And Emmanuel actually had his own painting company, and he was the painter for my home and some of the other homes here, and that's how we got to know each other. And then as time went along, there were some things that were going on with the house, and he was very, very helpful because he had the construction background and everything, so he was able to help me and show me different things, and ended up eventually becoming my project manager for the house while I was finishing getting everything done. And then over time, he came with the idea of
Yes, that was
Africa
that was totally a design, a hidden setup. That's
I believe it. It was a divine setup. You're absolutely right. Because I was not planning to come here to do work. I was planning to come here and just relax. I was retired, right?
Yeah.
But the Most High had other plans. So I think I'm working harder now than I did when I was in the States.
But now, because there's a vision and a goal. There's a vision and a goal. Right. Soon you'll be able to sit back, kick back, and you'll sit back and look at what you have created. So you guys, those of you in the chat, if you have questions, Karen has always been gracious enough to answer questions. Put them in. Karen and Emmanuel will answer your questions as we go along. And so now I'll let you and Emmanuel talk. Emmanuel has such a nice, kind, soft voice, so he's got to project a little bit louder.
I had to speak up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before I go any further, I want to send a shout out to my granddaughter Alexis and Zoe. I know that the A to Z show, they're on here, and it says, "Hi, Gigi and Emmanuel, we love your channel." Hey, girls, I love you.
Yes, so speaker, you always talk about them.
Yeah, I'm going to let Emmanuel talk a little bit about how he came, up with the vision to do this.
Good. Okay.
So it's all yours.
All right. Good evening, beautiful people. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, all African descent. I greet you from Ghana. This is Emmanuel, one of the directors of Africa Construction and Management Services, and a business partner to Karen Denise King. All right. So I would love to start with a motivational speech, a speech that is gonna connect the people in a way more to the motherland. So I want to talk about something. It is a statement that is gonna change the narrative that people have about Africa. So it's about time that we change the narrative that it is really difficult for the African child to feed on 1 square meal a day. So Africa is seen to be like a forest of animals. Nothing goes on in Africa full of animals. It is nowhere to be called a home. That is how we've been oriented to see Africa. Africa is portrayed to be the poorest continent in the whole world. Mm-hmm. And the people, it is portrayed to be like the people in Africa take advantage of the foreigners and reap them of their money and their properties, their wealth. Africa is portrayed to be like the continent that nothing goes on here. it more like out of the six continents that we have, Africa doesn't exist. So I just want to encourage somebody today that Africa is the continent of opportunities.
Yeah.
Africa is the continent of raw materials for all the change that the world is seeing today. Africa has an available land that can feed the whole world when we decide to go into agriculture. Africa has been the number one raw material producer for the whole world. Whatever company in the world comes to Africa, get our raw materials and send it to the West, to Europe to develop their continent. So what are we doing as Africans? Just the land alone can cause the change that Africa needs. So please come back home. Africa needs its people. It is about time. The wait is over. Let us come back home. This is prophetic. It is time that we come back home to fulfill that prophecy. The 400 years is gone. Let us come and develop our own continent into a beautiful place. Thank you for listening. All right, so
wait. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful, Emmanuel. It was heartfelt. We can't breathe over what you just said. We can't just act. No, we gotta what I call stop, pause, and reflect. That's what that moment was. I felt that. I felt it from your passion and I felt it from your heart. And I'm so glad that you was led to speak from that space as the foundation of what we're doing tonight. That was bravo. Bravo.
Yeah.
thank
Bravo.
you.
Carry on.
All right. So I met Miss Karen here, and after talking to her about the vision of getting into real estate someday, and upon seeing the kind of struggle that she was going through with her house, I was like, oh no. So do you think everybody will have that strength and that financial capability to withstand what you're going through if should this happen to any of your people? So I am saying that I have a background in construction. I know how to do it right. So I want us to. I had spoken to some people about land. So I want you to go with me. Let's get the land, sell to your people, and build for them to suit their standard. Because your people cannot come here. You have different taste and advanced taste and everything. You know, the architecture and everything is quite different from what we have in Ghana. So if you don't carefully craft out their buildings, it's gonna be like, oh no, Africa is what it is said to be. So let us change that narrative and get the land for your people. Be truthful to them and get it rolling. So she said, all right, Emmanuel, then let me get a people for you. I will refer the people to you and you give me maybe a percentage. I said, no, I am not going to get nothing. I'm not going to have the full satisfaction if I pay you like a worker and you refer people to me. No. So I want you to come in with me 50-50. We build this company together because it's not about the money. It's not about the fame. No, it is about the passion. So I want you to be on this journey with me. Let us do it together. And I know with time, in the long run, we're going to get something really good out of it. So we came out with the idea that, all right, then what will be the target market? I said, your people should be, and she said, all right, yeah. So our first community was called the Hebrews Heritage. We even got our first contract before we started the paperwork of the
Wow.
company.
Yeah, we
My,
did.
my,
We
my.
got we got it registered, and we've been working things out. Since our last building, we've not built again, but we are on it, having paperwork done, and we've gotten all the indentures for the people who bought from us lately, and those who have just paid their monies. We're gonna get their indentures ready so that they can sign. We take it to the attorney to also endorse it. That is the court. They're gonna endorse everything and prove that the document is legit. So there's no problem with it. So that is how it has been. And after talking about that Hebrew Heritage community, we thought of. I said, no, one major thing problem in Ghana is the road.
Mm.
So how are we going to
Yeah.
get the better road for the people? So as a company, we decided that whatever profit that we make from the sale of the land, the building, and everything, we will put that back into the community. So we get a whole lot of people making the community who will be willing to pay homeowners
Yeah,
dues.
that's good.
So we
Yeah.
will use that to run the community. But so then the company is gonna do whatever um, it can to get the roads and everything done in the community. And we supported the grade, and we have gotten the grade all the way to the site. And the people there are having grade 24/7.
That's the
So
electricity.
that's the electricity.
Okay.
They and it 24. They are sorry, my people, those clients of Africa, but they also contributed, they supported with a
Yes.
grade. So I'm not saying that it's the company did it all by itself.
No.
No. I give you that appreciation. I really appreciate you for the support. They supported with a grade, and we have been getting the roads done. So just yesterday, we were able to do all the inner roads in phase one and phase two, and the main road. So when you get into the community, though there's this one building standing on the land, yeah, I can see the vision, but so I don't have any problem with it. I see thousands of homes built already.
Yeah.
That is what I see when I
Yeah.
go up there. That is why I have no reason to stop what we are doing. So we have done the inner roads for phase one and phase two, and you can just drive through with your car and get your property. So that is it. And right now we are on another mission trying to create a community for the first one is for the Hebrews heritage people or the Hebrew people. So that is why we named it the Hebrews Heritage Community. So it will seem like the some people are left out. No, we're trying to create a community of for people of African descent. So we are creating a diaspora community or a community which will encompass all the people from any of the African continent.
Mhm.
Being a diaspora or an African living in Africa, trying to come and live in Ghana or whatever, you are all welcomed into this new community. So I would just love Karen to speak a little bit about the vision and the mission of the company. Then I will go a bit deeper into
Okay.
this new community we're trying to develop. Thank you, guys.
That sounds good, Emmanuel. I mean, that was great and very informative to give people the understanding of the ground floor of how things happen and how you can be such a blessing to sow into this community, which will become everyone's. It's like, you know, and I think that is so awesome because people say about tithes and offerings. Well, tithe to the land, you know, bring a
Yeah.
tithe to the
That's
ground,
right.
right? You know, sometimes people think that you only have to tithe to a church, but you tithe, you know, the fruit of what you have, you tied to a vision, a cause, you know, and I think that's incredible to have that whole community be able to feel like it's yours, to feel like we did this, you know, as a group, as a unit. We've come to do
Yeah.
this to help build, even like you said, with the electricity and the roads. I saw the road before and after from watching your videos, what it looked like
Oh, yeah.
prior to, and how difficult it was, and how you guys were saying, no, we have to, this is what we have to do, because if people come, they have to have a clear path to get
Yeah.
to their homes, to get to the property. Now, you mentioned, here's a question though, you mentioned about rain. When the rain comes on that level, how is the drainage area? Is there flooding, or is there a way where the rain, I know there's a bank or a bank of water near the land, if I'm not mistaken. Does does the rainwater kind of move that way? Because I know floods happen. We've been getting so much rain here. It's just a different time right now, so everybody need to read the word. But we got hit with major floods every week, every weekend, every just constant. I mean, exceptional rain, not normal rain. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like he's speaking. And so later on, maybe you could share about the continuous building, and I'm sure you probably have that in your notes. But Karen, go ahead, I yield.
Yeah, I just touch a base a little bit on the rain part. So here I am in the Pan African Village in the Cebu. So this is not the land that we are building on. It's the land that I built my house in. And we had such hard rain last Monday. I mean, the wind was blowing hard. I mean, it was just really a hard rain. And we were almost unable to even get our into the Pan African Village for me to even get home. I was out on business, and then when we were coming back, the road, I mean, water was just flooding over the road. So, you know, we've seen that happen even in the States. But
Yep.
so that can be an issue, especially depending on where your land is. But for us, where we have built, we're up on I say mountaintop. That's what I like to, you know, I've been to the mountaintop, right? But so the water, we don't have the issue with being waterlogged. I mean, in full transparency, my house was surrounded with water on that Monday. My grandson took a video of it and showed me. I was shocked, you know, because it was so much water. But I know I'm in a waterlogged area, and I've shared that on my channel.
Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately for me, but I'm working through it. But that was very disheartening when I saw all that water. I mean, completely surrounding my area, so my house.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, we're really good. And I don't know, Emmanuel, if you want to say anything else about the water issue for our property.
All right. So concerning the drainage system, we have when we did the road, we created temporary drainages for on the sides of the road. So it was kind of slanted deep into the ground, so that when the water falls on the road, it will just go directly into those trenches. So that is what will take the water off from the road. And talking about the kind of sites that we operating on, it was carefully selected because of the problems that we've been seeing. It's really difficult for water to just drive you out of your home.
Right.
So was that site was carefully chosen for such purpose. So we are on a hilltop, a flat side of a hilly area, and that is where we're having our dealing. So when the rain falls, it goes down the hill,
Yeah.
and it flows to the other part.
Yeah.
Maybe when you walk some miles away from our property, they have a stream there, a stream across. So that is where the water goes, and we nowhere near that stream. So that is it. So
Okay.
that is what I say about the water. Maybe if you see water puddled up somewhere, it means that maybe we did something that actually created maybe a hole or
Yeah.
something like that there. And when the water fell, it got stuck over there. But with water problem, no, we don't have
That's
a
good.
water.
That's good. Because I know that might
Yeah,
have been a question. So,
I just talking about water. We have actually not sent the water to the site. We want to do it natural, like get it from the ground. So we actually drilling boreholes on the land, and that borehole we drill like 100 feet to 150 feet deep into the rocks to get the
Mhm.
water, and you
Wow.
can drink it from the source.
Ooh,
It's really refreshing.
incredible.
So
Yes.
that that is the water. So the people living up there are now drinking from that, and
Mm,
it's really refresh. We have filters on the poly tank, so it filters and gets into the house, and they can use it
nice.
for anything at all. So
Nice.
with water for your home, you don't have any problem. Wherever we position you, you're gonna get water to use in your house. Thank
Nice.
you.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's really nice because I can't use my water here in my house. No, I cannot, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So, so
That's
Connie,
it. You're only thinking about just, I see the progress that we've made, versus, living in where things aren't exactly the way I'd like for them to be in some cases.
mhm,
I mean, I love my home, don't get me wrong, but
mhm.
some things like that, like the water and things like that
It,
are
it was like a
challenging.
pilot run too. Like, when you do something
Yeah,
new and
that's
in
right.
the whole, it's, how we have a pilot program for everything. So even in a
Yes.
house or where where your house is now, you see what has to be tweaked and what has to be
Yep.
fixed or what you don't do next. And so, the
Yep.
foundational thing. So it's all good. It's all good. It's all
Yes,
good.
it is. So he said something about the mission. So we haven't really like crafted a mission statement that I could just rattle off, but I can say that for me, and for Emmanuel, I'm sure that our the mission is for us to build a community for African descendants, our people, where we can feel safe, we can feel comfortable, we can be in an environment where we are, it's a trustful or trusting environment where you can grow, you can have your families, that you can rear your kids, and it'll be in an environment where everybody wants to be there, right? They want to be there, they want to be a part of it, and so they come with their own vision for how they want to do their little piece of it. Some of them want to farm, right? There's another mother and daughter who wants to build a small community center in the Hebrews Heritage area where we can come together for feast days and celebrate and things like that. So people are coming with the visions that the Most High has given them, and
Yes.
we're all coming together to create this oasis, so to speak, right? Where we can be together, all of us, not just like not separated by anything, but coming together as one, as much as we possibly can,
I think that's
being respectful of each other's differences and things like that, but also wanting to be a part of it together and build and grow this community
I
together.
think that's awesome because each vision creates a community, and a
Yeah.
community increases empowerment. And when you bring empowerment to a community, then they can't do anything. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess she'll be back. I mean, after all, they are in Africa. So far we've been doing really good. I know her Wi-Fi is always good. So I don't know what happened. I saw her grab something right before she disappeared. But I hope that you are enjoying this live tonight, this broadcast. If you're enjoying this, please uh, type something in the chat to let us know that you are actually enjoying this time tonight with Karen and Emmanuel. I know that I've had some personal conversations with Karen about the pricing of getting a lot in land, and my heart is to get property to leave to my children and to my family. And I'm a visionary, so I have vision that I'd like to do. But I think that it's incredible. It's an incredible opportunity to invest in yourself and in your life. I mean, imagine buying some land, imagine building something for a price you cannot get in the US. Karen actually is getting ready to, at some point, move from the house she's in, and that will be an Airbnb. Right now, one part of her house is an Airbnb. And imagine being able to have a lucrative business on in that land and not going through the craziness that we have to go through in the States, not to mention the amount of money that we need all the time to create our vision, to put legs to our vision, right? So I think that it's a great opportunity. I think that even if you don't want to live in Ghana, you could buy some property, build something, leave it to your children, your grandchildren. You know, someone is a visionary. Someone can actually tap into this. I think it was God that led me to Karen. And I believe that this is an on time relationship. And you can actually see how her and Emmanuel became close and how God set that up. I want to see if she's trying to reach me. I'm going to let her know to sign back on. Use the same link. I don't know what happened, but she just dropped off. But anyway, let's see. I got some comments here I want to put up. Sia Harris says, being a mishpasha / family is the goal. Yes. Yes. And Denise is saying, you are Karen's sister, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Enjoying it very much so. I am happy you're here. And yes, the Most High is definitely the one putting all of this and all of us together. Absolutely, sis. Absolutely. I believe that. I believe that. I really, really believe that. Yeah. Oh, she's your mommy. Yeah, because I met most of the families. The sister, the daughters. Yes, because you were on the last couple of times. She's your mommy. A great mommy she is. And who do we have here? Yes, Karen. This is another comment. Model Mentor by Raquel Lauren. Yes, Karen in Ghana. Okay. I hadn't seen her comment earlier. And so it is a good time tonight. Let me just send her a quick text and tell her to sign back on if she can, or to communicate. I think they're back. I do think that they're back. And the other thing that I like that Karen was saying about the different communities, the different faiths, the different whoever, that we are one people, we are building together, and that everyone in the community is one. Hey guys, you're back. Hi.
So the laptop just dropped dead.
Yeah, it looked like that. It looked like it just said,
yeah,
hi.
It did. It gave us no warning or anything. It just dropped. And okay. So we're on the phone now while we're waiting for it to come back up. And of course, it's updating as it's going along. So.
I see you clearly. I hear you clearly. We've been chatting. We have been chatting. All right. So we've been having a good time just recapping some of the things you've been saying. And I have been reiterating how important it is for us to tap into this for more than one reason, right? As a vision, as a legacy, as you know, it's so many possibilities with this. You know, I know for myself, I'm a visionary. I've had so many programs in the States for young girls, young boys. It's been, aside from the singing, there's another branch of me, a community branch, where I've written programs. I
Okay.
have business for programs, helping children who dropped out of school to get them back into school, teaching young girls, our brown girls, etiquette. I'm a certified etiquette consultant. It's different components to building our children and offering them the possibility that they can break ceilings, right? And so we were just chatting. I was telling the community here in the chat, up in the bleachers as well, about how awesome it is to even contemplate doing this, and how you and Emmanuel are giving us jewels, right? And how it was no accident that I met you, and it's no accident that you guys met.
Right.
Like, no, let me just put her comment up. I know Denise is in the house, and she said, yes, the Most High is definitely the one putting all of this and all of us together. And I believe that. And I thought Denise was the sister, but she said, no, mommy. I'm like, yeah, I remember the last 3 times. So the daughter and some of your friends that you've had on the show, and this Marcia Harris put this comment up, talking about the goals. And I asked them if they were enjoying the show. And I kept them company while you were rebooting.
Okay, good.
Very much so.
And Marcia is one, she just purchased as well. So I'm just so excited to see so many people on the call.
Yeah,
who,
I saw tape
trust
on her,
us.
right? You went live with her, Marcia, on the channel. Did you
I'm sorry,
live? Did you go live with Marcia on your channel?
Oh no, that was a different person.
Okay, because I tell you, I'm watching. So
Yes,
carry on.
you are.
We got rudely interrupted. Carry on.
Okay, so what I wanted to say was that I heard a little bit of what you were saying about, if you may not be called to come to Ghana, right? Or any African country to live. I would just recommend that everybody come to visit. You should just really do that, and it'll break all those myths and all those stereotypes that we have, all of us, even those locals, people who, Africans who have not left the continent. They were brainwashed and colonized just like we were. But what we want to do is, and we haven't really started doing it yet, but we've talked about, is, really just kind of reaching out to people to support this work.
Okay.
Right. So you may not feel led to come, but maybe you could purchase a plot for someone else.
Yep.
Right. Or, put in to help someone else, because we have, some single moms who want to come, and, they're going to need support. They're going to need help. They're doing everything they can to get here. Especially like I talked to one lady and she has a son and she wants him out of the States, and things like that. So, even though you might not be called to be here, but you still could, seek the Most High for your role in helping to further this work that He has called us to. Yeah. Right? It's not that Emmanuel and I thought like, hey, let's start this business so we can, get rich quick or something like that, because that's certainly not happening. Not yet, right? But the vision, it came from Him, from the Most High, and the purpose and the destiny that we're walking out right now, it's Him all the way. And so just even like you said earlier, even us meeting, Sheila, all of it is because of our obedience to walking in right standing with the Most High. So I would say, just seek Him for guidance, and maybe you are to, maybe help somebody else get a plot, or, help someone else to build their home or something like that. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there just as an aside, something that we're going to be talking more about as we go along, to say to people, don't just think because you can't come or you don't feel led to live here, that doesn't mean that you're not called to participate in
Yes.
something that he's doing. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So as you said that, before you toss it back to Emmanuel, do you want to talk a little bit about the purchase of a plot and how much a person would have to think about? You know, somebody might be like, I want to do that. I wonder how much. Oh man, this sounds great. Oh, I could
Sure.
do this. Can you give a roundabout what's doable
Hmm.
at the beginning? Because
Sure.
as you buy one plot, you can buy another plot and another plot. You know, I believe in just triggering it and starting with that one. And then that fire,
Yeah.
you know, you get like, let me get more, let me do this. So can you talk a little bit about that? What you mean by plot? What do you mean by the papers that
Hmm.
Emmanuel was alluding to? What papers? Like, what is the papers for? Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. Sure. So our plots are 80 by 80, 80 feet by 80 feet, right? And so that's pretty much about the size or a little smaller than like a quarter of an acre in the US, right? But over here in Ghana, the kings and the chiefs, they designate what plot sizes are going to be, right? So that's where we are. The plots are 80 by 80. In some other places, they might be 70 by 100 or different things. But yeah, so that's where our plots are. So if you get 4, then that's considered an acre, right?
Okay.
And each plot right now is 2,000 US.
Okay.
And that would include your indenture, which is what he mentioned, but your indenture is like a deed in the US, right?
Okay.
It's like a deed. So you would get your indenture and you would get your first clearing of your plot, and then you would get it demarcated with columns that, would show exactly where your plot is.
Okay.
You would get your site plan, which is the document that you would need if you decided that you were going to register it. But the site plan shows exactly your plot and size and everything of it. And what else?
Okay.
Yeah, I said the clearing.
Okay.
The clearing of the first clearing of the land and the column. Yeah.
Thanks
Yep.
for sharing that.
So you're welcome. And so some people, you can probably go someplace and somebody will say, well, I can give you a plot for less than that. And that's true, but it's not going to include all those things. You might get your indenture with it. Like in the Pan-African Village, you get for $1,200 for the administrative fee, you will get your indenture, but you got to pay for your plot, you got to pay for your columns, you got to pay for the clearing. Not the plot. You got to pay for the clearing of the plot. You got to pay for the columns and your site plan. So all of that, by the time you do all of that, you're going to pay the same, if not more. So we just decided again, and trying to think about what's the best way to make this a pleasant experience, right? Combine it all together and just give people one price.
Nice.
And all of that would be included in that. So we don't have to keep coming back nickel and diming you. Oh, okay, now I need this much for this and I need this much for that.
I like
In
it.
addition to, thank you. In addition to the plot, Emmanuel talked earlier about the electric grid and the roads. And so we have, when you come in, you have to pay $800 US for the first plot, and then we give a 20% discount of $640 for subsequent plots for the electric grid.
Okay.
Because we had to purchase like the transformer, and we had to go from the street all the way up to where we are, with the poles and the cable and all that. So it was a massive undertaking. And so some of the people who got in early on, they stepped up and contributed. And so everybody has to do their part, in terms of that, the electric grid. So that would be $800. So say if you got one plot, so now you're at $2,800, and then $100 for the farmer for their crops or their trees. So because this land has been farmed on, and this is like this in all of Ghana when you're buying land. Somebody's farming on that land most 99% of the time, and then they would have to be compensated for the crops and or trees that you would that would have to be taken down when you get the fly. Yeah.
Good. So you see who just popped in, Karen, my dear cousin who I told you moved to Ghana. You guys haven't met yet. Charmy.
No, not yet. Yes, we got to get together.
Yeah, she's in Ghana. She relocated. She was going back and forth for the last 4 or 5 years, like 4 or 5 times a year. I said, girl, just go ahead and move. So she finally moved to Ghana, I think around 3 months ago or so. And I've been trying to hook you guys up so you can say hello to her. But eventually, now that she's on, you guys have to meet and look out for my cuz. Look out for my cuz.
Yes, where is she? Or where are you located?
Charmy, where are you? Please put it in the chat. Where are you? Also, and while she's doing that, Ene is saying, if you don't register it, is there any risk of losing it?
I don't, from what I've heard, there's not much risk in losing it because you'll have your indenture, and your indenture will give you, you have your legal right to it from the indenture. But some people want to register it in their name so that if it's ever pulled up, your name would be on it. I haven't done that with my land, with my home here. But so maybe when I build in Brabetsi where we are, then maybe I would do that. But the other thing, let me.
No, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I was going to say the other thing I would say is that the land no land in Ghana is owned. All land is leased. Okay, so we say you're buying land, but you're buying a lease of land for 55 years if you are not a local. But if you're born here, it's 99 years. And in the indenture, it says with the right to renew. So it's sort of like an automatic thing that's going to happen after the 55 years. But I think it could be that you would pay like 10% of the original cost of the purchase price of the land
once you renew it. So that means I buy my part of my land, and of course, it would be nice to be here in another 50 years, but I don't think that's possible. So
I don't think it's going to happen for us.
No, it's not going to happen now. Now, you get somebody 20 years old, 19 doing this, then they got a shot. But in my case, I would buy. I am buying. I already said that. And I would put, you mentioned to me, one person's name down, right? And that, of course, would spill over to her, and then she probably would be the renewal.
Right, exactly. That person would be if they're young enough. Yeah. And you can also do a oath of inheritance. So that's sort of like a will, where you kind of put the names of who you want to be responsible for your land after you're gone.
So Charmy, my cousin says I live in Nongua. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh, she lives in Accra. So in the Accra area.
Okay. That's
okay. So when we come to Accra, then we'll have to look her up. But you can give her my number, right? And she can contact me, so we can at least do that.
She said along the coast, Cocoa Beach, 15 minutes from Labadi Beach.
Okay, I don't know it, but I think Emmanuel does.
Okay, I will pass the number.
So she's on the beach. She's on the beach. Oh, she's living it up.
Yeah, but I want you to chat with her because sometimes when we do our lives, her internet won't sustain her when we're talking. So,
okay,
maybe it's her location, how she's angled. But anyway, I'm just glad she's on. I'm glad she popped on, and I can kind of give her your number, and you guys can chat. Okay, carry on, and you let me know when you're tired because it's late where you are. It's early.
That's okay. We're doing fine. So, I think we've talked about, our plans and our vision, mission for the community. And I think, what else do you want to talk about, Emmanuel? Is there?
Come on, Emmanuel.
Heavy. All right. So what I want to talk about is the essence of human character, right?
Mm-hmm.
So life is nothing without character or essence of character.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what we have depicted as a company. When we were not so much focused on the profit that we're gonna get. When we got the money, we plough it back into the community and redeveloping it. So it's a joint or a collective responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to build a community that is going to give us the comfort that we deserve as African people. So somebody might say that, oh, Emmanuel, how much is it going to cost for me to build like a 2 or 3 bedroom house? And
Yes.
I would say maybe 70,000. And this person will say, oh no, somebody is saying he can build it for me for like 50,000 or like 65,000. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is true. But is the person at the end of the day going to take care of your roads, going to take care of your security, going to take care of your comfort? You know, is it like that? Is he gonna deliver what he's gonna promise you?
And quality too.
And it boils down to the quality of work the person is gonna give you. When the building or when the structure is put up, you wouldn't know the quality unless the officers come and assess it and know the quality and the strength of the house.
Mm-hmm.
You would only know the quality of your house when it starts developing cracks everywhere and
Uh-huh.
when part of it starts breaking up. That is when you know that, oh, so this is the quality that I paid for.
Yeah.
So I want to tell my beautiful people that if you think Africa bar is expensive, no, then I want to tell you that cheap is the most expensive thing ever in the world. So you don't settle
That's
for
so true.
anything. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you don't
That's
settle for anything cheap. You go
That's right.
for it, and that is what we assure you. We're gonna give you something of top quality, and when it comes to the community, the company is not gonna turn it back because we want this to be like a hallmark for the company who is the developer of this community. We want to proud ourselves to say that we developed this community. So we want to put back or at least support whatever development that goes on in the community aside the houses that people are going to put up with the road, with the grid, with the sewage system and other stuff. In the future, we want to support it and be able to say that we did it or we supported in doing this. So that is it. So if you come to us and we taking extra something little to what others are taking, it means that we're gonna use that to take care of you. And it's really evident. We have started it. Nobody is paying for anything. Nobody is paying for homeowners fee or whatever. But we are doing our own thing, regardless. We just want to tell the people that we're forcing you to come home, and that is it.
That's it.
Now that is it. You need to come back home. That is it.
So let me ask you something with the electricity. Is it like the States where you pay a monthly bill for the electricity?
Yeah.
You know how we have in New York, we have Con Edison and we pay the
Yeah. So
monthly.
yeah.
here the electricity is more like prepaid 2 meters. We have the postpaid and we have the prepaid.
Okay.
So The area that we are is for the postpaid. So you get your bill at the end of the month and you pay.
Okay.
And it's more like $80 for the whole month.
80 US?
That is it. Or less.
Well,
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Some people pay as low as like 10 US.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. So that it depends on your consumption level.
How much you
So if you're not, that is it. If you're not using a whole lot of gadgets in your house, then it means that you can pay as low as like $5 or whatever. That is it. So it's up to the customer.
Mhm.
So however you use your electric, that is how they're gonna use to bill you. So that is it. So it's quite good living in Ghana because I think you don't pay for things upfront. You have that flexibility when it comes to the payment, when it comes to your utilities. Your one thing that is a headache is the rent. They will take 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah.
That is. But aside that, there is flexibility around everything that you do in
Wait.
Ghana.
Say that again. The rent. Say that again.
The rent when you come to Ghana and maybe you want a place to stay, you don't want to go to the hotel or you don't want to go to Airbnb or whatever, but you want a place to stay for like 3 months or like 6 months and look at your project to get done. They will say no, we're taking a year. You need to go into series of negotiations with somebody, your landlord or lady, to before they can give you 3 or 6 months.
Yeah,
But
Charmy.
everybody wants like that.
Yeah,
Is it, sure.
Charmy told me about that because she.
And I think that is it's changing from Accra. People are understanding it. They're taking like 3 months, 6 months. So they're gonna get used to the system, and very soon people will charge for like a month or 2 weeks stay or whatever. So it's more like dynamic. That is how our lives are. So the world is full of dynamism. You need to change at a point. So they're gonna follow that pattern and they will do it right.
I get it.
So, when you think about it, though, to be able to pay your rent for a year and then not have to be dealing with it for a whole year, right? So, and here's another thing I want to talk about. In Ghana, you don't have mortgages. So, I mean, they're just starting to do it in some of the places like Accra and some of these other places. But for the most part, here in Cape Coast, you pay for your house as you go. So I know that sounds really daunting to a lot of people. Oh, my goodness, how can I come up with $60,000 or $70,000? But you will be surprised at how you can build a house up front. And you just, take your time. If you make a decision to do it, some people just will take a separate, will get a different, a second job, or, sometimes if you just cut out all of the extra stuff you do, like no more shoes, ladies, for a while. Cut back on all those purses and things and take all that money and just kind of set it aside and start building your home. But you can get it done and you get the time to get it done, right? But the great thing about it is that when it's finished, it's yours. It's your house. You don't have to pay nothing, no mortgage.
That's the blessing.
When I was in the States, Yes, you're just constantly paying your mortgage. And then, things may happen and then you'll refinance, right? And different things will happen like that. And so you just never seem to be able to get from under that. And some people have, but then you still got to pay your property tax and all that, right?
Yeah.
So, but here, once you get the house done, it's yours. And I say, when I talk to some people, they have a vision that they want to build a big house, but they know they don't have that kind of money yet. I said, well, then start small because it's yours and you can always add on to it later.
Right. Correct.
right? If you want to come, just build enough for you to get here, and then you
Right.
can always build, more onto your home later.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes sense.
so I think, it's just such a sense of freedom when you don't have to worry about next month paying that big chunk of money.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, the money that
So you
people,
have your mortgages.
no, I was saying the
Go
money that
ahead.
people pay here in the States, like $2,000-3,000 a month,
Yeah.
for not even a home, for
Yes.
an apartment.
Right. For an apartment. Yes.
Today, I know
And can you imagine if you were taking that
yes,
every month and putting it towards your house that was being built? Yeah.
yes. It's something. Go ahead, I cut you off. I apologize.
Oh no, no problem. That's what I was going to say. Like in places in the States where you're paying that kind of money, if that you could take that money and be putting it toward building a home, because the money in Ghana right now is $1 US dollar to 11, almost 12, 11.75 or something like that right now. So you think about that and how much your money will stretch when you get here. So you can live, comfortably off of like a Social Security check, or if you could do your own. Mhm.
I said I would love to come in a bit.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, tell me this one thing too.
Who am I?
Uh-oh. Oh, there you are.
I tell you, it just shut off again, but that's okay. We're back. So anyway, just to say that these are things like if you get solar, then you don't have to have an electric bill, but that's another option. Your water is free. So pretty much the only thing I'm paying here is for my internet service, right, and my electricity.
Chami
So
said,
it really
yep,
makes a difference.
says my lease is for 1 year and I love it. No stress, no worries. And my rent is less than $300 per month.
Wow. Yeah. And I bet she's on the beach.
And she's on the beach. Yeah, she's on the beach, and she told me that before. Cuz, you gotta come. You gotta come, cuz. You gotta come. Okay, I'm coming. She even added this comment earlier about her electric bill is $50 per month for a 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. So this is like awesome. I have a sidebar question. I know this is sidebar. A sidebar question. My sidebar question has to do with the Chiefs. Tell me about the Chiefs in the land, like the Chiefs that still are in the land. And when is it like when one chief passed, the son takes over, and is it like that? And the Chiefs go along with the people that are trying to build a community, they're in agreement with it?
Yeah, so that is when one chief dies, another comes. That is exactly what happens in Ghana still. But the issue with Africa about construction is that we have had our lawyer gone to the chief, discussed with him. They have drafted document that proves that they sold the land to us. And we don't just go to the chief. We meet the people, all the stakeholders when it comes to the land. Then we speak to them. So whatever document the chief has given us is going to hold whether he's alive or he's dead. So that is it. And that is why we as a company, we get the plot, then we sell to you guys. So whenever you have any problem, the chief cannot attack you or attack any individual. So the company is going to send in
and just go to court or wherever we have to go for our client. So that is another thing. You can buy land from any individual out there, and he will just take his money, give you a good deal, and go away. But
Yeah.
when you have a problem, you got to face it yourself. But this is a registered company, and the government knows that Africa has the license to operate. So if you have any problem, so far as we pay taxes and everything, then the government can give us a lawyer, or we can get a lawyer, go to court, and we can get a case sorted out.
Yeah.
So
That was
that is the difference. That is the
that's a good
difference. So
difference.
with the
Yeah.
Chiefs, they are still here. Somebody will definitely succeed him whenever he dies. That is it. But you got to be rest assured that uh, you are dealing with Africa Bar, and we've got your back.
Yeah, I say that because the last time Karen was on the platform, someone inboxed me and sent me an email and says, hi, I saw you talking to Karen in Ghana,
So,
and I just wanted to let you know, I heard you mention that you might want to buy land. My chief is selling land. I can help you. If you
Yeah.
land, my chief, I can introduce you. I never responded, but I thought that's why I asked the question. I was like, okay, this doesn't sound too right. He just kind of sought me out.
And it may be, yeah, because it's such a great opportunity for people to sell land in Ghana right now, because so many people are coming home. And so
Okay.
there's this, it's a lot of people. So the person might have been legit,
He might have been
but
legit.
again, yeah, but like Emmanuel was saying, but does that's just an individual
selling the
saying, yeah,
land.
then you're going to be on your own
Yeah.
versus being with a company that's
I was
registered
like,
and stuff like
yeah. I said, that's nice. Okay. But
that.
oh, like you said, he could have been legit. And like you said, the chief may have people looking for people that want to buy land because it's lucrative. It's a lucrative
Yes, yes, it
business,
is.
right?
Yes,
It's seriously lucrative business, and chiefs want to make some dough too. They want to make some money with their property and their land, but they need the covering of the legitimate piece. They need like what you guys
right,
talking about. You don't have a leg to stand on if someone decides to come over and say, "Well, where's your papers?" or "Where's your this?" And I'm
right.
like, "No, the chief
That's right.
knows."
That's it.
The chief could have passed on and be like, "Nope, that was the old chief. I'm the new chief." I mean,
That is it.
Right.
you just never know. So I just wanted to know about that. I think it's interesting, like chiefs, I'd love to see a chief. It's interesting for someone from over here. It's exciting to actually see that is like real and it's still in existence and that they
Yes.
work for the cause. So I wanted to ask that question. Chami, let's see. Chami has a comment. I
That
can
is
I do live comfortably. Even my water bill here is less than $50. My Wi-Fi is 40.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's living well.
She's
Yeah.
so. What I
mhm,
want to say is that I
yes.
would love to. I know you've grown up and you know what you do, but I'd love to advise you when it comes to um, purchasing land in Ghana. Uh, it feels more comfortable dealing with um, a corporate entity than individual,
Hmm.
because that is definitely that chief will pass away.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You might not be there by then. Maybe your child, your grandson, your granddaughter, or whatever,
Hmm.
or somebody, your next generation will come and inherit your property.
Hmm.
So that is when
Uh-oh. Did we freeze?
a whole lot of confusion, setting up. So they will force you to pay another amount, and that time they will just tell you, we want you to pay this, and that is it.
Ah, look
And
who.
that time you've had your building or your house on the land.
Mm-hmm.
How do you take it away from it and say
Right.
that, oh, this your land, just take it? So even if they taking like 10,000 or 20,000 US, you got to pay them,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right, for you to keep your house.
Yes.
But if you're dealing with a company, you just run to the company's office. And Africa is building an office on the land in the Hebrew Heritage community and one in the Africa community. So you can always run to us. It's not going to be a temporary structure that will be demolished anytime soon.
Right.
It's going to be block work. So you will always find a company there.
Yeah. And the
And
company's gonna grow. Your
whenever
company is gonna grow. You're
that is
gonna
it,
put more
that is
staff.
the vision, is to grow.
Yeah.
The vision is to grow and go beyond the borders of Ghana. So
Absolutely.
that is the vision. So we have no plans of just selling to people, putting them into trouble and leaving them go away. No, what would
Absolutely.
that benefit any of us? That is it.
Yeah.
So
Company
you just
protect.
deal with the company. Sure.
Company.
So
Yeah.
another thing I want to say is that I really love you guys coming to Ghana. That is a positive energy. That is a great movement. It's a great awakening to our African people out there. But what I want to say is that before you come to Ghana, you need to get a plan, live by a plan. You don't just come to Ghana because everybody is coming to Ghana.
Correct.
I'm not much interested in building for you, selling land to you, taking your money, this and that, and at the end of the day, you come in here. If you come here at the end of the day, um, because of the kind of heart I have, maybe I would end up seeing you in trouble. I will end up maybe taking care of you in any way that I can. So I don't want you guys to come here and have nothing doing it. You will certainly spend the money that you have with you, and you would have no side income or whatever side hustle. So before you come, you need to get a plan, have a vision. We have a whole lot of farmlands in Ghana. If you contact us, we can get you farmland, and you can start with vegetables or fruit farm and whatever. So this community that we're gonna build, you can supply the community, and that is it. That can get you money. You can take it to the local market. It's about packaging and branding. That is what we lack as Ghanaians. So if you get a really nice packaging for whatever you're gonna grow, people will patronage you and you will make money. So the money that you brought with you will still be there, and you will be making money, or
Yeah.
you'll be spending from the profit that you make from your business. So
Yeah.
my little advice to you guys is that you don't come to Ghana and be like, oh, I'm gonna live here for like 50 years, 20 years without doing anything.
Yeah.
Man, your money is gonna get finished, and that
Exactly.
is that is that is a promise. Your
Yeah.
money is gonna get finished. You know it. If you walk into the market, oh, this is cheap, I can buy it, I can get this. By the time you realize, you'll be down to like $1, and you have to go back to the state, and it will be like a disgrace, embarrassment, like, oh, you're gonna beg before you go to the state. No, that shouldn't happen to any of you. If I don't wish that for myself, it shouldn't happen to any of you guys. Come
That's
here, come, let us have businesses together and build Africa together. Thank you.
that's a good plan. That's a good word. That is so good. This is a power night, Karen. This is a power. Your nephew is in the house. Auntie Karen, he's in the house.
Oh, is
Steve,
that Steve?
Steve is, yes, Steve. You know he was gonna.
Hey, Steve.
He said it doesn't matter the individual who sells land to you in Ghana. There's always a headache that goes with it.
And that is true. And he knows from experience because he's from Ghana, right?
And he says land from individuals in Ghana come with a catch. So it's better to deal with registered dealers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he's he's the one. He's so informative. He taught me so much. He gave me such
me
a
too.
Do's and don'ts. And no, and listen, and he's so smart. I was like, okay, I need to look at this and study it.
He is so generous with his time and his information too. He's such a kind person.
I'm telling you, amazing. Pastor Rose is in the house and said, this has been awesome, so informational. I feel motivated to search out more information. Awesome. I guess she didn't do a lot of studying. She couldn't help herself, huh? She was studying.
Right. Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm glad.
This is so good. This is so very good. And I know it's late. So, okay, every time before, you're going to get the last words and stuff. I'm not cutting you off. I just want to get Karen to commit to coming back again and again and again. See, I
will. Yeah, we have so much fun, right? So I enjoy it. I will definitely come back. Well,
absolutely.
Maybe you can even get Emmanuel to come back sometime too.
Yes, Emmanuel did. Awesome. We have to have him come back as well. You're a team. You're a team.
Yeah.
All right, carry on.
Yeah. Sorry. So I informed you earlier that we having a community aside the Hebrews Heritage Community. So that is what I want to talk about if we have the time. So after coming up with the idea of the Hebrews Heritage Community, we also saw it that no, we cannot just be building for the Hebrew people alone or only. What of the others who are non-believers, or what of others who share different beliefs or have different belief systems? So we decided to have a community that will contain all people who are from African descent. So that is what we're going to do right now. So we have already secured like close to 60 plots for that, and we're getting more. That is it. And the lawyer is on it. He has gotten in touch with the king. The king has shown him proof of the land being their own land and everything, and he is putting that into the indenture for that number of.
So, okay, so now they're going to sign back on with the
computer. They having it done.
There they are. Yeah. They're back.
Sure. They having all the agreement done and everything. We are not left out in all these negotiations. We are part of it, so we know whatever is going on. So after everything is done, we're gonna open up that phase to everybody. So if you're looking into investing into the diaspora community or the Africa Bar Village, that is the name of the bigger community. It is gonna be called Africa Bar Village. Africa Bar sounds like the company, but to me, it has a meaning. You know, when you come to Ghana, when somebody say Ba, it means that Infante, it means child. So we're saying child of Africa. That is the meaning of the name for the company, Child of Africa. So that is it. So Child of Africa Village. That is it. So that is the name of the village. And we're going to have sections in that village. So the bigger name is that Africa Bar Village. In that village, we will have small villages in it, and that those small villages will come with different architectural designs, something to differentiate each village from the other, or one village from the other. So we're gonna have maybe one single stories village that contains single stories. That is it. And we're gonna have village that will contain like maybe 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, maybe duplex and other things. We also look at one village that will also contain maybe hidden roof or the flat roof. So in that village, all only building or the only house you can build will be flat roof houses in that village. So when people are coming to buy, we present to them these varieties so they can choose that, oh, I want to be in this village because I want to put up a story building. So this is where I need to be. So when you come into that community or that village, it wouldn't be like a mixed up community or village with no plan. That is it. You will see that, oh, this is the vision, this is the plan. So this side is single stories, and this is the name for it, this is the name for that. So we actually are planning it really good. We started with the Hebrew Heritage people. I want to say sorry that we couldn't plan something like that for the Hebrews Heritage. But as we move forward, then we get the vision. So just forgive me or forgive the company for that. But one of the villages that is gonna be in the whole Africa Bar or Child of Africa village or community is Sankofa village. So the Sankofa village will be a village that will house like maybe 30 or 40 homes, right? 40 individual homes. So we have not decided what kind of architecture plan we will use for that place or that village. But the number we've decided is going to be between 30 to 50 homes. And maybe maximum somebody can own like 2 plots or 3 maximum. And you own like 1 to 3. That is it. We don't want somebody to come, oh, I want like 15, 20 plots. No, you're going to just be in the community by yourself. So at least we allowing everybody to be in it and enhance some form of cohesion between the people. So when I say Sankofa, it's a tree word. Sankofa is a tree word from the Akan tribe of Ghana, and that is translated to be like go back and get it. So you go back and you get it. So what are we going back to get? And in one of the Akan proverbs or the Ghanaian proverbs, it says that it is not a taboo to go back for what you forgot, right? So what are we going for? We have forgotten about our culture, our language, our family system, our marriage, our dressing, so many things. So it's about time that we went back and grab all these things. So that is the reason for the name Sankofa. We should come back to our roots and take whatever, because all these things that I am mentioning here are things that define somebody into a certain group of people. When you see somebody, the way they eat, they dress, they do, they talk, you see that, oh, this person is from here. But due to the slave trade, you can see somebody who has lived in the West and you can hardly tell where they are from. So it's about time that we come back home, we come back for our language, we come back for our culture, we come back for our family system, the extended family system. Yeah, that is it. So that is the reason for the name Sankofa. Let's come back home for our beautiful continent, embrace our beautiful culture, our food, our dressing, and everything. So that is why we have the name Sankofa Village in the Africa Bar village. So that is going to be one of the villages in that big community. And another one village too will be the Emancipation Village. So I will let Karen speak about that. And before she does that, I want to speak about maybe I'm not going to speak again. I want to speak about another village that would be the Kwame Nkrumah village. So Kwame Nkrumah is one of the very people who really fought for the togetherness of Africa. He really fought for one Africa, the vision of one Africa and everything. So whatever community we're trying to create here and there, all points down to the vision of uniting the African people in our own small way. So Kwame Nkrumah started that, and we're trying to give him an honor by naming a village after his name. That's nice. Kwame Nkrumah village, and looking at his vision and everything. So we're gonna use some of his vision and other things to develop that community. And we also have the Great Return community. When you go to the dungeons, if some of you have been there, when you go to the dungeons, they have this door that when you enter or when you pass through, you're not coming back again.
I've been there.
That is it. You're not seeing your continent again. That is it. You're not seeing your people again. You're losing everything. You're losing your lineage. You're losing your culture, everything. So that door was called the door of no return. But we want to tell the people that it is about time that we come back home. It is about time that we come to the soil on which we were born, where we belong. It's about time. The continent is calling. So we're going to name a village after this great call, that the village of the Great Return, or the Great Return Village. That is it. So if you hear a name like this, being part of the villages in our community, it means that you should return home. And you shouldn't just return, you should greatly return. That is it. So that is why we have the name Great Return Village. So Karen might want to speak about the Emancipation Village.
I'm going to
Go ahead.
I'm going to speak on that next time.
Okay.
Right?
That'll be a good place
right.
Next time. Before,
right.
Let's talk. Let me just. There's a couple of important comments before you give your closing remarks, right? Because I was going to say, Karen's going to say next time, and there you were.
Yeah.
Because I love you, and I want you to keep coming back. You're vital. You and Emmanuel, to the information. You have your ear to the ground. You are there. It's not a hearsay or a rumor. It's coming from truth. It's coming from truth. Which it's nothing like having trustworthy people to receive information, right? Where you can say, wow, get excited about it. But Steve, let me put up a couple of Steve's comment, because you know how let's put this one up that we missed. Your nephew. He says, I'm having so many problems with my land, even though I am from Ghana, but still these chiefs and their cohorts have a well-planned scheme of freezing people, and these have gone on for years. And that is what Emmanuel and being careful. And then he made another comment. Let me find it. And then he says, land system in Ghana is owned by families and not the government. That is why there are so many land litigations at the law court. So the government is helpless dealing with the land fraud. It's the fraud. It's the fraud.
Yeah.
See, when you protect it, like you guys are talking about, they don't have a leg to stand on. all your bases. You cover your front, your back, and both sides. Then anyone that comes
Right.
to try to say anything, all you have to do is, as we say in the States, I have the receipts. I have the receipts to show that this is
Yeah.
legit. Show you that, and any judge would have to say, this is not going to work. But when people get caught up in believing and trusting,
Mhm.
as Steve is talking about, just even people of Ghana, not even just Americans or people that come to
Right.
Ghana,
Right.
people from Ghana are being shysted out of, money and things, because you're going to always find evil. Where there's light, there's darkness.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Greed is taking over the world right now. Greed is
Yeah.
taking over the world. So Steve, yes, yes, and yes. So let's my sister, I'll give you guys the last word for now. So, Emmanuel, you coming back, right? Emmanuel, hello. You be back?
Hello.
Back?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Come on now. Wait, Steve. Okay, Steve. This will be the last one, Steve. So the government is mapping out all the coordinations in order to feed it into the Google Maps.
The Google Map.
So just do your legal
Oh.
research on any piece of land before you make payment, or with an attorney. I tell you this, Steve, you're coming up on this platform. When are you coming, Steve? I've already extended the
I
invitation.
know. He needs to come.
Maybe he'll join you guys the next time you come on. I know he's busy working,
Yeah,
but
he's coming home.
yes, you got to. The
Yes.
New Jersey Ghana boy is gonna have to pop up on this platform. So let's first let me thank all of you who have been here tonight. Those of you up in the bleachers, thank you so much. Thank you. And those of you in the comments, listen, you guys went hard tonight. And I know you enjoyed this night. You enjoyed this information. You're probably sitting down taking notes and planning out. That's right. Across the screen, as you see right here, you get all the information from Karen in Ghana and Emmanuel. Their company is scrolling across the screen. Their email is scrolling across the screen. Jot that down and you can get in contact, or you can just go ahead to YouTube and the YouTube streets. You know what I'm gonna tell you to do? Subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel, Karen in Ghana.
Yeah.
Subscribe and share, right? Leave a comment. Look at her beautiful, awesome content. Then you can actually literally see the work that these two have been doing. They're the real deal. They can show you the progress from before and after shots, before and after videos. They can show you people that Karen have brought from the U.S. that brought their plots, and she's dancing on her plot, took her shoes off, put her feet in the dirt, and I've seen that clip.
Yeah. That was my sister. Yeah.
Yes, so excited about being. So you can go to her channel and you can click on Karen in Ghana, and you can see so very much of what they're doing together as a team. The company's getting ready to grow, and I'm getting ready to move there so I could be a part of the team. I'm move right there.
Yes.
Team. Be a part of the team and make it happen for folks. So anyway, you guys give us your closing comments before we sign off, and I can't wait to get you back on. So I don't know who would like to give the closing comments for the people that are listening and viewing right now.
I will. Because otherwise it'll be another 15 minutes. Right?
Oh, that is it. Because I have the content, man.
So thank y'all so much for hanging on all this time for us to talk. But you can see it's a lot, and you can see that we have the you can see our passion, and I'm sure you can hear it, and Emmanuel's vision is really, really deep in his heart. And that's why I'm just really grateful to be able to be a part of it. And so if you have any questions or anything, just get in touch with us. We are very responsive. We do the best we can to get back to people within 48 hours. And we're there for you. If this is where you're feeling led to come, even if just to come for a visit, contact us. We'll help you, if you need help with things like your visa, and certain things like that. we're there for you. So, hey, Nisi.
All right, so,
Oh, you. Oh,
all right, so guys, before you go, I want to speak, please.
okay.
So before, all right.
I tried.
No, before you go to sleep, just take a moment. Think about Africa. Think about you making the decision to relocate to Africa, and know that Africa is rich but not poor. Come and let's build the Africa we want together. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh, that was nice,
You see
Karen.
it? You see his passion. His passion is just so strong. I just love it.
Absolutely, absolutely. This has been so awesome. You guys, listen. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm always excited when God does something so supernatural.
Yeah.
You just
Yes,
don't
and that's
know,
what's happening.
like where the dots are gonna connect, but when you
Right.
stay open and you stay obedient, like you said earlier, being obedient,
Mhm.
you'll be led by the Spirit, right? And then you
Yeah.
understand that you don't understand, but you feel that this is something to do. And so I'm always excited, and I'm super, super excited about this. I can't wait. I'm thinking about coming in January, February, around maybe before, but I'm
Okay.
coming soon. I'm coming soon to just hang out or whatever. And as far as the land, we've talked about that. So God will provide.
Yeah.
He will provide. I'm
Yes, he will.
I'm a woman of faith. And so I exercise my faith. I do. And one of those shirts, I touch and believe that I'm going to get one of those shirts. That's the point of contact.
We gotta get her one.
That's right. So I can wear it and be proud. Yes, yes, and yes.
Yes.
So we're gonna let you guys go. Let's see if one person is saying, what are they saying? Thank you. I know my family and I are in good hands. That's what Marcia Harris just said.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Leslie Tuckett, my spiritual daughter, she says, amen. And Leslie says, I'm excited about this opportunity. I already reeled her in. She's ready to go.
Oh, okay. All right.
Reeled her in. So she's good to go. She loves building and all those type of things. So her and I had a long conversation the other day. So she's good to go. So listen, we'll be in touch, and I just want to close out right now with a little. Let's do a little bounce out of here real quick. Let's do a little bounce. Let's find. Listen, Eric Von Eric, Where's My Faith sent me this song, so we're gonna bounce out a little bit. I gotta get me some African beats, because I used to do African dancing when I was little. That's right, in the community center. I used to do all my
okay.
Oh yeah, I used to do all that. Oh, listen, you can't be of African descent and not have a beat in you. You play a
That's
beat,
true.
I immediately start moving and feeling it. It's in us. It's innate. It's innate. So we're gonna take it out with this.
Yes.
We're gonna take it out. Oh my goodness. All right. We're taking it out with this.
That is a nice beat.